My name is Joy Chamok, and I am delighted to be your host for this year's Annual Leadership Forum for Young Female Leaders 2025. Can we celebrate ourselves? We made it down here. We made the biggest decision of our lives to be seated right in this room, because today we'll be learning so many things that we will be taking into our lives. Are we excited? Can I see your energy? If you're excited to be here, can I see your energy? Can you say yay? Amazing, amazing. Okay, so just know that you are in the very right place, because at TheALI, we believe that every woman has a dream and that our dreams are valid. Can we repeat that? Our dreams are valid. When I say black girl, you repeat, say? Are valid. So black girl, your dreams are valid. Can you tell that to your neighbor? Say, black girl, your dreams are valid. Amazing. So feel free to use your social media channels to talk about today's event. So can I even ask, what are our expectations for today? I'm sure we have a lot of expectations. Our sisters joining us online, I believe we also joining us and we have expectations. So please, can we come with an expected heart, because we're going to be receiving so much. So use the official hashtags. This is hashtag TheALILF 2025, and also hashtag Black Girls, Your Dreams Are Valid on all social media platforms. TheALI, the Amazon Leadership Initiative, is everywhere. We're on Twitter, X, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram. So whichever social media of your choice, please use it and tag us as well, because we want to see your post. I want to also repost that. Please, are we going to do that? And especially the first video we did, I want to see our dance moves. I want to see that. We're like, yay, I saw her do that move. Amazing. Can we put a round of applause for ourselves again? Thank you. So to kick off today's forum, we'll be starting by honoring our nation. So please, can we rise as we sing the Nigerian national anthem, followed by the African Union's anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build our nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
Amazing. A round of applause for us. That was really beautiful. We sounded like a mass choir. Another round of applause, please. So we will have the African Union's anthem next.
गिटारको पिचेसहरूले ज्यागिरहे
Thank you you so much, beautiful ladies. Our sisters joining online, hope you partook in that anthem. Please, just before we take our seats, I wanted us to learn something that we'll be doing throughout today's session, if that's okay. Okay, so do I have my Gen Z in the house? Sorry to our millennials. Please, you catch up. Do I also have my TikTok girlies in the house? Okay, so when I say TheALI, clack it, you. When I say TheALI, you clack it. So TheALI, clack it, you clack it. TheALI, clack it, you clack it. With much energy, TheALI, clack it, you clack it. Do it with SARS. TheALI, clack it, you. Amazing, amazing. So we are going to be doing it throughout today's session. Isn't that going to be amazing? Beautiful. So please, let's have our seats. A round of applause for us. That was nice. I enjoyed it. Did you? Did you enjoy yourself? I'm already enjoying myself. I don't know. I'm super hyped for today's forum. So do you know the lady seated beside you? Come on, this is a gathering of bold voices and visionary women. We have strong, seasoned women seated amongst us. So please get to know ourselves. This is the Annual Leadership Forum of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. And this is a networking event. So please get to know yourselves, ladies. Can you tell that you look beautiful? I'm happy to be seated by you. I'm happy to be learning alongside you. We're going to learn, we're going to grow, and we're going to lead together. Amazing, amazing. Please, the band, they're going to play that song for us. I want us to shake ourselves a bit.
My money where they can go. Too much. And me must save my. We rolling in dollars, show more for time. Molo mo to ala Dubai. Energy full body madam okay. Baba tani shem. Money many people. Many people. Many people. Many people. Many people. Good days are getting better. 1, 2, 3, good days are getting better. Come on. This love is very special. My blessings all the better. Oh, wami wale. Ireba mi dele. Na go dey run and pere. Ore yo fe moje. Amore ge jigai. We rolling in dollars, show more for time. Olo mo to ala Dubai. Energy full body madam okay.
Together for the West African Caucus.
But our gifts, our voices are powerful.
Yes.
Too long we have been silent. Too long our ideas have been ignored. For what? We will take charge by opening businesses. We will teach skills. We will lead meetings because we are women. When we succeed, they call it luck.
But today,
We change the narratives.
yes.
We change the story.
Yes.
But now, they look at one another. Different ages, different dreams, but one shared truth. They deserve to be seen. We deserve to be heard. We deserve to be respected. We are not alone. Look at us. Each of us carries a gift. Ngozi, your art tells a story that that no world can capture. If your business says create freedom for women,
They do.
Chinyere, your healing hands save life. Uche, your songs inspire us, encourage us. Amina, your leadership can guide us all. And all together, this gift cannot be ignored. Let's say it. And all together, this gift cannot be ignored. We will speak. Yeah. We will act.
Yes.
We will shine.
Yes.
Without waiting for what? Permission. Yes.
From today, we refuse to be intimidated by mediocrities or silence because we are women. We will support each other every day because every woman matters. We will heal our people with herbs. We will teach them that we should not depart from our roots, because before drugs we had herbs. Yes, we have herbs that can use surgery. Yes. No knowledge is a waste. It's essential. We will rise. We will encourage each other to do good things. My female, we are not alone. We will be there for each other. We are seen. We are heard. We act with power. We rise above mediocrity. Our gifts, our voice, our rules. And so, the woman of day claim their space. No longer silent. No longer hidden. They choose to be seen. They choose to be heard. And unstoppable. We are fearless. We are women of Africa. Thank you very much.
Kai da kudin ka kana haka abu ma sai an saya maka in ka samu kawai ka kashe yau akwai kura uba ban balaga ba amma sai jaraba an abincin akwai dadi sai na daba kutuma kura uba yau akwai kura uba ban balaga ba amma sai jaraba an abincin akwai dadi sai na daba wayo Allah wayo Allah. Come on, let's stand up. Stand up, let's join them to dance. Duniya na ban tsoro. Samu kudin ka kawai ka kashe. Karka bari su kashe maka sanda kake nema ba mai taya maka ruwa na dukan ka su ko suna daka in baka ci ba su ci maka kai da kudin ka kana haka abu ma sai an saya maka in ka samu kawai ka kashe kutuma kura uba yau akwai kura uba ban balaga ba amma sai jaraba an abincin akwai dadi sai na daba kutuma kura uba yau akwai kura uba ban balaga ba amma sai jaraba an abincin akwai dadi sai na daba Allah, will you 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 Allah.
for the West African caucus. That was really amazing. Can we give another round of applause for them? So today cannot start without we having our president speak to us. Now, I don't mean the president of Nigeria. I know but the president of the West African caucus of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. So she is someone who is my personal sister, and I would like you to permit me to use that term because she is someone who I look up to. Her heart for activism and feminism is really profound. Now, she's a remarkable feminist and a civil rights activist with over a decade of experience advancing the rights of women, children, and young people in Sierra Leone. Now, this is something she has done for the past 3 years. She's volunteered with the Strong Girls Evolution, and she also helped launch the End Child Marriage campaign in 2016. She has been able to collaborate with key institutions, including the Office of the First Lady, UNICEF, and several government agencies. And currently, she serves as the president of the West African caucus of TheALI, expanding her advocacy across the region. So please, ladies, with a warm round of applause, can we please welcome on stage Miss Khadijatu Berry. Please not clap it for her, girls.
Thank you so much, my sister. So you might be wondering, how is she my sister? At TheALI, we do pairing. We pair two people together, and fortunately, I was paired with her. That is how we became sisters, not only by TheALI. Now we are sisters, like sisters. Good morning, everybody. I am Khadijatu Lamarana Shunembari. I am Fula or Fulani, so I relate with the Hausas, but also Yoruba, Igbo, and Nigerian, and West African at heart. That's what matters, right? We are having TheALI at 5 in West Africa. Are we not happy? Are we not happy that we have it in West Africa? It was founded by a West African, and it is brought to West Africa this time, and in Nigeria, to be specific. Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, mentors, partners, my fellow young leaders. And by fellow young leaders, I mean all of you here that are seated, beautiful ones. My sisters, Anjali, Botle, Peace, Becky. Good morning, sisters. I miss you. You're not here. Are brilliant and wonderful people with special needs. You guys, you're making this place so beautiful and bright. You're welcome to our room. Welcome to TheALI. Welcome to this place. Welcome to Abuja. This is Abuja, the city that is vibrant, the city that is quiet, the city that is beautiful. And welcome to the Amazon Leadership Initiative. We are 5 years old. Are we happy? You should ask the parents if it is easy to raise a child for 5 years. Today in this room, we have beautiful people that are glowing with power, purpose, and diversity. We are young leaders between the ages of 14 to 29. So you are all young, like really young. We believe that African girls deserve to dream boldly and live loudly. Our theme this year is a declaration, which is, Black girl, your dreams are... Black girl, your dreams are... Don't forget. We are people with wild dreams. We are focused. We are fierce. And we are confident. We are millennials. We are Gen Zs. At most, we are Gen Zs. That is why we clock it. I really had a speech. I can't go by the speech. We will just go by the pledge. I can't go by the speech. I just want you to know that with a heart full of gratitude, from the east, the west, the north of Africa, West Africa is pleased to host you in West Africa. Please help me welcome everyone that is online. Please clap for yourself. You are welcome. Please clap for yourself. The emojis, you know how we do it, the chat box. You guys are welcome. It is you. It is because of you that we are here. Thank you so much. To our funders and everyone, thank you so much. Let's go and read our pledge. Then you will know why we are limitless and we clock it. Okay, we have the pledge. The pledge. The Ali has a pledge. As we were reciting the pledge for here, I was feeling like crying, actually. You people, emotional. So, as we read our pledge, can we all stand up? This is the Ali, and this is our pledge. Permit me, sorry. You read after me. Did you scan when you came in the QR codes? The pledge is there. Okay, so we can read the pledge together, can we? Are we ready? When you're ready, let me know. We are here for you. We're ready? Okay, at 1, 2, we go. Be the young leaders of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. Gender equality. Mentorship and sharing opportunities. We foster inclusive leadership by valuing diverse voices in decision-making processes. Collaborate with the Let us lead by example and work together to create a more equitable world for young. And we say, I am confident in myself. I am a great example. I do things that have meaning and make a difference. I am bold, resilient. Obstacles or setbacks never stop me. Settle for less is not in my name. I live and maintain high ethical standards and integrity with no compromise. I bring into every space. I am a disruptor of the gender inequality. As leaders, we are young, black, and we are stepping up the fight from the north to the south, east, and west of Africa. Our millennial fire emoji burns bright in our hearts. We are the present leaders of tomorrow. We are with to I am a with nothing. We what? Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Can we have another round of applause for Khadijatu? Amazing. Ladies, did we enjoy that pledge? It was so full and rich. I think I want us to take that note where it says we are bold and ambitious. Sorry, I'm looking for it. So we are young, black, and ambitious. Can we say that again? We are young, we are black, and we are ambitious. And this is something that connects us as young women and girls seated here today. Can we give another round of applause for Ms. Khadijatu? I mean, something she said at the beginning of her speech when she said, you are your ancestors' dreams, and all the things they wished they are living through you. Do you believe that? Do you believe that your ancestors wanted to be seated in this very position, but they did not have the opportunity? But right now, here you are, seated with your beautiful faces and having all these amazing things happen for you. Can you give another round of applause for yourself, ladies? Beautiful, amazing. So moving on into a very special moment, we will be having the keynote address. Now, our keynote speaker is someone that I am super, super privileged to introduce on stage. I am delighted to introduce Her Excellency, Mrs. Aisha Babangida. She is a visionary leader and champion for rural women's economic empowerment. She continued her mother's legacy with the Better Life program for the African rural women and expands its reach, providing growth opportunities for women across Africa. Now, Ms. Aisha is the founder of Women Enterprise Alliance, and we are so lucky to have her speak to us today. Thank you so much, Ma. Please, a round of applause. I wanted to read her rich bio, but she didn't let me. Welcome so much, Ma.
Thank you. Thank you. I think today has to be a very happy day for me because just seeing your faces and being here with you has lifted my spirit, has given me hope that we are on the right path to development, leadership with all of you. I spoke to two of you earlier, and the power in you, the voice in you, I'm so proud. And I know that this is what our mothers would have loved for us to see or get you to where you are here today. So well done. So clap for yourselves, please. Good morning, everyone. Mary, thank you. Thank you for letting me in on this, and this is a very special day. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today at this 5th Annual Leadership Forum for the Amazon Leadership Initiative. I'm deeply proud of this platform, one committed to raising young female leaders who will shape the future of our communities, our nation, and our continent. As the chairperson of the Better Life program for the African rural women, please put up your hand if you remember this program. I know maybe some of you might not be born then, but if you do know the name. All right, we have some education to do, right? So, as the chairperson of the Better Life program for the African rural women, and the founder of both Women Enterprise Alliance that we call WENA, and Egwafin Microfinance Bank, my life's work has been rooted in empowering women and young girls to reach their fullest potential and create opportunities for them to thrive. Today's theme, Black Girl, Your Dreams Are Valid, is far more than a phrase. It is a declaration of your worth, your power. And I say this to each of you. Your dreams are not only valid, they are essential. Growing up, I witnessed my mother's passion for women's empowerment. When she founded the Better Life program for the African rural women in 1987, she planted a seed in the soil of possibility. And when it became my turn to continue the work, I inherited not just a name, but a mission, a legacy of service and impact. I embraced it with purpose. Taking over the Better Life program, I realized quickly that leadership meant more than visibility. It meant responsibility. It meant serving women in remote communities and reaching girls who had never imagined a future beyond the boundaries of their villages. But leadership did not stop at philanthropy for me. I saw a critical need for financial inclusion. Many women lacked access to capital to start or grow their businesses. So in 2016, I founded Egwafin Microfinance Bank. This was more than a bank. It was a tool for economic empowerment, a way for women to access credit, build businesses, and transform their lives. Later, I launched WENA, Women Enterprise Alliance. Through WENA, we don't just fund businesses, we mentor them, connect them to markets, and advocate for policies that make the entrepreneurial ecosystem more inclusive. Being a woman in leadership will test you. People will underestimate you before they understand you. Some will judge you before they even know your name. But the truth is, I want to leave you with this quote today. You are not defined by the challenges you face. You are defined by how you rise above them. So I'm going to ask you to recite this after me. I'm going to change you and put I, okay? And I want every one of you here to say this to yourself loudly. I'm not defined by the challenges I face. I am defined by how I rise above them. Don't ever forget that. So whenever I struggle, what helped me overcome was purpose. I understood empowerment is more than a project. It is a calling. You all have a calling. You will find it. And when you do, put your right foot and grab the moment. And I surrounded myself with mentors. This is very key in your own growth. Wise advisors and courageous peers who believe in the vision, even when it felt too big. Mentorship has been a cornerstone of my own journey. My mother mentored me in values, empathy, and service. Many of the respected women and big aunties in my life taught me strategy, grit, and execution. And I, too, have mentored young women like you, entrepreneurs, students, and change makers through WINA and Better Life program. Mentorship is not a one-way street. I learn when I mentor, I grow when I teach. And when young voices rise, they challenge me to remain relevant, humble, and bold. To you, the girl here who thinks, I am too young to mentor anyone, I'm sure some of you have thought that too, you are wrong. You can mentor someone younger. You can inspire someone watching you. You can teach someone from your own experience. You know, sitting here, listening to you guys, watching you, dancing and full of zeal, you have inspired me. You really have. And I'm going to take it up with Madam Mary soon to do what I can for you in your own community. Because your inspiration is important. Thank you. So, you see that mentorship? You've just given me one. You've inspired me. And I'm like 55 or 56, can't remember. Right. And to my older leaders here, remember the mentorship is not one direction. Young people bring new ideas. Let's not forget them. Let's not push them at the side because they're too young, they're not relevant, or they studied history. Really, because history is very powerful. The young lady here was telling me that she can't get a good job because people think she studied history, and what is she going to do with history? If only they knew history is who they are. History is in leadership. History is in every single aspect of our life. So do not let them shine your light. You are powerful, and you will take that history to leadership positions, okay? Young people bring new ideas, energy, and innovation. They help us evolve. They help us see the world differently. Mentorship is a partnership, a bridge, and a cycle of knowledge that strengthens us all. Now, what does this mean for you as young female leaders standing at the edge of your journey? Number one, believe deeply in your dream. Your age does not limit your impact. Your vision does. Dream boldly and don't shrink your ambition. Take action, even if it's tiny. Start where you are. Do something today, whether it's a school project, a small business, a volunteer. Action builds momentum. 3, embrace resilience. You will face obstacles, I can't lie to you, right? Policy gaps, lack of resources, discouragements. But resilience is built through persistence. Get up, try again, learn, and grow. 4, use your voice. You all have beautiful, powerful voices. Advocate for yourself and others, whether in your school, community, or online. Speak up. Be part of the change. 5, network and mentor. It's interesting that here we are. Some of us might have met each other, some of us haven't. Mingle. I'm still emphasizing on my 2 beautiful sisters here that just walked up to me and said hello, which for me is rewarding, appreciative. I'm very happy that you did come up to me to talk to me. And we are all here. We're all God's children. No matter what, no matter the title, no matter anything, we're all connected. So surround yourself with people who support your dreams. While you're doing that, lift others as well. Share what you know, give encouragement, and invest in the next generation. To every woman in this room and every girl who will one day stand in a space like this, let this be your reminder. Your dreams are valid. Your vision is powerful. Your future is bright. And your voice is needed. Do not shrink yourself to fit into a world that was not built with you in mind. Instead, rise, lead, break barriers, and build the world you dream of. Because when a Black girl dreams, she does not just dream for herself, she dreams for generations. Thank you, and may this forum ignite the fire in you to step boldly into the leader you are destined to become. Thank you very much.
Can we have another round of applause for Her Excellency? That was a truly beautiful and powerful speech. Did we get so much from her? Can we echo thank you, Your Excellency? Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Thank you for your words that you spoke to us. That was really powerful to listen to. I mean, I took so many notes, and I know you did too. Please, our notes getting filled up already. I mean, she said so many powerful things. She gave us so many advice that we need to use. I mean, she said that do not let anything belittle your dreams. Do not shrink yourself. Do not try to fit into any box. Allow yourself to dream boldly. I mean, so allow yourself to dream boldly and to dream big dreams, because your dreams are... Your dreams are... Another round of applause, please. That was truly beautiful. Okay, young ladies. So as we celebrate 5 years of Amazon excellence and we reflect on our impact so far empowering young women and girls across the continent, please allow me to introduce Ms. Crystal Ikani Musa, who is the board chairperson of TheALI, as she takes us on the reflection of this milestone. Are we ready for this one? Please, if you're ready, can you clock it for me? Our sisters online, please, can you clock it for me? Please, let's clock it for Ms. Crystal as she comes up on stage.
Good morning, everyone. So as we're here and gathering for this forum, it's very important for us to also note that this is a special forum for us. TheALI is 5 years. So before I begin, I just want to acknowledge some very important people who have been a part of this journey. I want to recognize our founder, Ms. Mary Zobo. Please give her a round of applause because this started from her vision. I want to recognize our board members. I don't know if some of our board members are online, but we have a wonderful board who dedicate so much of their time to this cause and to this organization. So I would like to acknowledge our board members who are here. One of our other board members, Professor Karen, is arriving just in time. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you, Karen. So happy you made it. We have Yase as well, and we have, oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank? We also have, why am I drawing a, Achieng, yes, sorry, Achieng, as well, who are our board, make up our board. I would also like to acknowledge the associates. You probably see them wearing this very nice traditional attire that's helping us to commemorate our 5 years. Please give them a round of applause. They have been working so hard for the past 5 years. So we've started TheALI 2020 with Mary's vision. And Mary did a wonderful thing by doing the needful and ensuring that this organization can stand. It takes a lot to bring your vision to fruition. And she did that in 2020 December. And then the following year, 2021, that's when the board was formed. And so I'll never forget when Mary approached me and said that she's starting this organization and basically, am I going to join her in her vision? And if you know Mary, you know that she can really sell you a dream, you know? And it's not just a dream. She's persistent, but she is strategic. And so because of my career has dealt a lot with young people, you know, this was a vision that I believe in as well, and helping African girls and women across the continent. And so from there, the board formed. I met other board members, and it's been no turning back since then. So, you know, in Nigeria, we always say, like joke, it's 5 years. That's how it feels, because I still remember when we came together. And I just want to let you guys know that within 5 years, the impact that this organization has made, don't think it's just here in Nigeria, it's all over Africa. The impact, the places that our associates have been, our young leaders have been. They've been to places where government has gathered. They've advocated for themselves. They've started businesses. They are leading in politics. So the impact that this organization has made, honestly, is something that I am so proud of. It's something that I'm sure our founders, our funders and donors are proud of as well. And we couldn't have done this without their support. We have some of our donors here as well. Our supporters, GIZ, you are here once again because every forum we've had, they've been here. And to me, that means so much to see that type of commitment from a donor. So please give them a round of applause. They've been walking this journey with us from day one. No matter what country we're in, GIZ will show up and be there. So thank you so much. And that's to show you the type of donors that we were able to partner with. They really invest in us. They invest in what we're building. And to the rest of our partners who are here today in Nigeria as well, we are very happy that you're here, that you're either joining us newly in this organization and in our journey, or that you've been here from the beginning. So thank you. Our next 5 years is going to be amazing. The Ali they are going to share what the next 5 years is going to look like, the future, and just to say that we are committed to excellence. We're committed to you young people. We're committed to continuing to become, because all of us here are becoming. I know that you may look at those of us who come on stage and may admire that, oh, we're presenting or we're standing here, but all of us are becoming. We're becoming something, and the Ali is still becoming and will grow to continue to do great things. So for you young people, I just want to leave you with a thought. I want you to know that there will be many versions of you. And this is something that I had to learn as well, and I'm learning recently. There will be many versions of you. You won't always be a student. You won't always be an employee. You will just grow and change and transform. And I want you to embrace each new version of yourself. As you grow, you will see that your mindset shifts. I've grown, and I know that the woman that I was, the young lady I was in my 20s, I'm definitely not her now. And as I'm approaching 40, I'm also understanding that I'm becoming someone different. I'm becoming someone new. And I want you to really know that organizations like the Ali are here for you as you're transitioning. So support each other as well. This is a sisterhood. I can tell you that my life wouldn't be what it is without sisters. No one will understand you like your sister, right? Exactly. You can't experience life without that sisterhood. Whether you're trying to start a business, whether you're in school, whatever it is. And I love what our keynote said, honestly. Like, just know within yourself. No one can dim your light. You're shining. I love this echo. It's overemphasizing what I'm saying, the drama, right? But just know, there will be many versions of you. Embrace it, welcome it. And there will be other versions of the Ali that's only going to get better and better. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us through these 5 years that went by really fast. I'm looking forward to the next 5 years and the next 5 years, and for this to outlive us, because that's the goal, right, Mary? To build something that you will carry forward. So thank you so much. We look forward to enjoying yet another forum.
Can we please give another round of applause for our board chairperson? Amazing, wow. So it's been 5 years of impact, 5 years of raising young women and girls, 5 years of breaking barriers and validating dreams. Aren't we proud to be part of this movement? Please can we give another round of applause? Please allow me to call up our speakers, our keynote speaker, Ms. Aisha Babangida, Your Excellency Mar. And yes, we want us to take the picture together. Okay, Ms. Crystal Ikani Musa and our founder, Ms. Mary Nzopo. Please let's come and have the picture. Please a round of applause as they come on stage.
So let's after they're done, we put this for. Josh. Online participants, please also put your cameras on. We want to take a picture, a family picture with you. Please smile. We can see you. Thank you very much, Serena. Thank you, Audrey. Please include your chat as well, your country name, so that we know from which part of,
Your Excellency,
of Africa
just before you go, we have
from.
a small token to give you.
Smile. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Celine, Alita, Favor. Smile, ladies. We are taking photos. You are so many. There is 404 of you online. Thank you, Barbara. We'll see you. Shan, Victoria, Evans, Zaina. Keep smiling, ladies. Akumu from Kenya, I see you. Zoe from Uganda. Keep smiling. You're very many, guys. You're only on page 5. You're going to page 16. Keep smiling. All right, Karen, thanks for the smile. Nafolo, thank you. Grace Njiro, thank you. Anne, Nabukosi, thank you. Keep smiling, ladies. Judy Mwangi. Techno BG6, please rename yourself. Adele, thank you for the wave. Keep smiling. Christine, thank you. Anjali, thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Triposa. Thank you, Lina. Keep smiling, everyone. Nancy Roberts, we have gotten to you. Patient Kasina. Nikiwe Manin, keep smiling.
So right now, ladies, to officially welcome us to this leadership forum, I would like to introduce somebody who is a force to reckon with. Now, this is somebody that I need us to stand when we clap, because she is the lioness herself. The very reason we are all gathered here today, the visionary behind this great initiative. So please, can you join me with a resounding applause? Can we make welcome on stage our founder and our executive director, Miss Mary Nzobo. Please keep clapping as she comes up on stage. Keep clapping, Amazons. Thank you so much, Ma. You're truly amazing.
Please sit. Please don't stand. I'm usually not nervous. For people that know, I'm never anxious, but I am quite nervous and anxious. And I guess it's because it's 5 years. 5 years of a lot of work. 5 years of a lot of things. So I had to prepare my speech, and I hope that while I read it, it actually resonates with every person in the room. So the representative of His Excellency, Bosun Tijani, Honorable Minister of Nations, Innovation and Digital Economy, Her Excellency Aisha Babangida, who's the humanitarian leader and chairperson of the Better Life Program for the African Rural Woman. Her Excellency Kafilat Adetola, I'm not sure if she's here, Obara, who's the chairperson, House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development. Mrs. Jane Egg, MDCU of the National Communications, our host, and distinguished guests, our partners and sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, and above all, the incredible and extraordinary young women and girls who are the heartbeat of the Amazon Leadership Initiative. Welcome to our 5th anniversary celebration, a celebration of 5 unforgettable years. Today is a day of joy, of reflection, and looking ahead to even greater horizons. When I founded TheALI in 2020, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I simply knew that my passion for gender equality, which I championed since I was 19, had to find a home. And now I'm almost 40. I know I look in my 20s, but yeah. Yes. Yes. And here we are, 5 years later, having empowered over 4,000 young women and girls across 27 countries and 5 regions in Africa, and even reaching young female leaders in the diaspora. Your dreams are valid. And this year, as other years, we celebrate the theme, Black Girl, Your Dreams Are Valid. When I was 19, I was just a young girl with a dream bigger than my circumstances, a dream to see other girls rise, a dream to create spaces that did not exist for us, a dream to break cycles, and here we are. Now, in 2020, during a time when the world was closing, this dream opened its wing. I registered the Amazon Leadership Initiative, also known as TheALI. A lot of people always spell the name wrongly or spell it wrongly. But what it's done is that for over the last 5 years, it's uplifted African girls and women. I did not know what the journey would look like. I only knew that young African women and girls deserved more. And so today, look at what we have built. 5 years of courage, 5 years of work, 5 years of impact, 5 years of proving a simple truth. Black girl, your dreams are valid. From a single idea, we've grown into a Pan-African movement present in over 27 countries. And that's where we have the Pan-African Network. We started with 3,000 girls, and now we're over 4,000 as at last year. And so we celebrate evidence and not wishes. We celebrate results, not intentions. We've led various programs for some who do not know. We have the education and back-to-school supports. And through our back-to-school support program, we have provided brand new school shoes and stationery to 260 disadvantaged students in South Africa, Uganda, and Nigeria, ensuring dignity, safety, and hope. Mentorship and personal growth. Our inaugural mentorship cohorts nurtured young women across the continent, many of whom have secured jobs, they've started businesses, they've earned scholarships, they've begun postgraduate studies, some have built families, some have gotten married and become mothers, and some are stepping into seasons with pride and strength. One of our first mentees, she's here. Iku Ukamaka, are you here? Where is she? Yes, she is there. A round of applause for Ukamaka. So in 2021, Ukamaka was one of the first mentees, and she continues to be a mentee even till now. In terms of the skills and leadership and professional training, over the past 5 years, 569 girls were trained on fundraising by Prof. Karen. Prof, where are you? That's Prof there. She did a fundraising for 569 girls. 91 girls were trained in public speaking. 18 YFLs were accepted into the University of Pretoria's Advanced Human Rights Program. And we've created leaders, not followers. Our young women have represented TheALI at the African Union and United Nations meetings and fora. They've represented us at the Pan-African Parliament. They've represented us at the Summit for Democracy in Zambia, the UN Civil Society Conference on the Summit of the Future, the African Women Leaders Network Retreat in Congo, FemNet African Women and Girls Festival in Kenya, the BRICS Feminist Dialogue, Youth Connect Africa Summit in Kenya, the SDG Youth Summit, and other global platforms. Some have traveled outside their home countries for the first time, carrying the African woman's voice to global spaces. We've had the Hybrid Leadership Forum, from Pretoria to Nairobi, Kampala to Maseru, Lagos to Windhoek. Our hybrid technology removal has become a continental example. If our viewing hubs, I'm not sure if they are there, if they can actually just wave, I can see here there's Uganda, there's Nairobi, and all of them. There's Togo as well. Each year we keep getting bigger with the viewing hub. And in 2024 alone, 450 girls gathered in Kenya, over 1,000 online, and thousands applied. And so we had over 15,000 applications received in 2024. And this year we received 10,000 applications, and you all are present here today. On peace building and women, peace and security, in 2024, we launched our first long-term project, which is called In Our Backyard, a peace building initiative supported by Accord to train young women and girls on peace and security. We are shaping peace builders, not bystanders. We have the Women and Political Participation in 2024 as well. We successfully launched the Women and Political Participation Program. The first cohort will be graduating tomorrow, and that project is led by our associate, Mary Ukoli. Digital empowerment. Through our Women in Tech initiative, girls have learned to build websites and strengthen their digital identity, bridging the gender-digital divide. That's one thing we've hoped to do. And so today, I celebrate the young women and girls, all of you in this room and those online. You are the true Amazons. To the young women and girls here today, you are the reason why we are gathered. You are the heartbeat of this work. Your courage, your resilience. I remember when Her Excellency Aisha Babangida actually talked about resilience. Your brilliance and your creativity. You are TheALI. Some of you have graduated. Some of you have started your NGOs. Some of you have launched your businesses outside. There are exhibitions for different businesses. Some of you have participated in global leadership boot camps. Some of you have interned with international organizations. Some of you have won awards. And some of you have overcome personal battles and stepped boldly into positions of influence in your countries. Some of you arrived shy, but today you speak on global stages. Some of you joined at 14 years. Online, we started with 2 of our YFLs, Kakiso and Esitle, who were 14. And now they're 19, they're 20, they're 21. Powerful, self-aware, and ready for the world. We see you. We celebrate you. We are so proud of you. Our partnerships have been our strengths. We have not worked alone. Today, I want to extend heartfelt appreciation to our allies in government. For example, the Honorable Minister of ICT, His Excellency Bosun Tijani, who's ensured that we got this hall, who's ensured that he facilitated visa on arrival, and that's something that has stopped. But all of the participants that are here internationally got visa on arrival. And it was no easy feat, I would say, as Nigeria has stopped visa on arrival. And his support made this forum possible. Our strategic allies and our host, Ms. Jane Egerton Idehen, who's the MD/CEO of NIDCOM, you ensured that every groundwork detail for this Abuja forum was executed with excellence. Thank you very much, ma'am. And to our keynote speaker, Her Excellency Aisha Babangida, for honoring us as our keynote speaker and for standing firmly for women's empowerment. Our board, Prof. Karen Wides, who traveled all the way from the US to come here. Crystal Ikani Musa, who spoke previously, our board chair. Achieng Akena, I'm sure she's online, I'm hoping. Mr. Yase Godlo and Notlantla Mokwena, who's been our advisor for the last 5 years. Your wisdom anchors the ship. Your commitment strengthens our foundation. I met Prof 7 years ago, Prof Karen, when I was a student. And now she's become family, she's become a mentor, she's become a compass and a pillar of strength. And to our partners, GIZ, thank you for constantly supporting us. It's been 3 years of the constant support, of flying the girls in from different countries, ensuring that it is indeed a regional representation. To Swag Initiative, thank you. I'm not sure if Swag is here. Yes, thank you so much. To Education as a Vaccine, are you here? They are outside, actually. They're teaching girls about menstrual health and hygiene. And Plan International, Accord, Femnet, NalaFem, African Defenders, UNICEF South Africa, US Embassy SA, Let Girls Learn Initiative, Dreams from the Slum, University of Pretoria, Pan-African Parliament, and so many more. Thank you for believing in TheALI. Thank you for believing in African girls. And to my team, the spine of TheALI, to our associates, support team, country leads, caucus leaders, thank you. Your dedication, your hours, your late nights, your volunteer spirit. You have carried this vision on your backs. You're the silent engines behind this movement. But let me also say this. These 5 years have not been easy. Behind every achievement, there were silent battles. Behind every milestone, there were moments of fear, doubt, and exhaustion. We faced challenges that could have broken us. We began with no budget, like literally no money, and we still continue with no money. No office, no equipment, just passion. There were months when programs had to be stopped or we had to redesign because we had no funding. We wrote proposal after proposal, faced rejections, and learned to build partnerships from scratch. Coordinating also with young women across 27 countries, different time zones. And for example, we had to start Nigeria early because we usually start our forums at 10 o'clock. But we started at 9 because West Africa is behind. And so starting at 9 meant that Kenyans, the ones in the Eastern Africa, had to start at 10, right? And so navigating the different time zones. The languages, for example, Togo right now, it's a French-speaking country, and we all speak English. There's also the culture, and there's also the digital capacities that was not simple. There were late nights, there were missed connections, there were network failures, and moments where our team was stretched thin beyond measure. Not every girl had data. Some would have liked to be here today, but unfortunately finances. Some could have loved to join online, but unfortunately data, because we still have the digital divide. Even when they had data, there was no laptop or a phone or stable internet. And so to reach them, we had to navigate through the hybrid model, where we then put girls together in a room and then provide them with a laptop to make sure that they are able to join. And that's why we started with the viewing hubs and found new ways to connect across borders. Many of us, myself included, were juggling school. I don't know if some of you know, but I'm in my final year of my PhD, hoping to graduate next year. And also, I have a full-time job, the job that pays me. This is just a passion. So in case you see me in another capacity outside, you know that I have a full-time job where I work 9 to 5. And not just me, a lot of the associates that we work with also, aside juggling school, doing their master's program or their bachelor degrees, they also have full-time jobs. There's also personal challenges, and there's caregiving, whether it's for parents or for kids, because some of them are married, and some of us, as you know, have aged parents. There were moments of burnout. There were moments where leadership felt heavy. And there were moments when I questioned whether I could keep going. I think that's something that I go to the board every time, breaking down and asking if I could continue. But we kept going, not because we had the perfect conditions, but because we had purpose. As a young woman leading a new organization, doors didn't always open quickly. Some questioned our capability, some doubted our sustainability, some didn't believe young African women would organize, lead, and influence policy spaces. Yet, here we are, 5 years later, standing in impact that cannot be denied. We've navigated environments that did not always take young women seriously. We had to work twice as hard for credibility, visibility, and recognition. But every challenge shaped us. Every setback refined us. Every obstacle strengthened our resolve. Our challenges made us lionesses. Our challenges made us Amazons. And so looking forward to the next 5 years, our strategic plan is bold. We're extending our age range to 35 years because before we said it was going to be 14 to 29. And why did we extend it to 35? Because dreams don't expire at 29. We are strengthening leadership pipelines. We are strengthening economic empowerment pathways. We are going to be strengthening as well our peace-building opportunities, our women in political participation. There is Frey here from GIZ who's really supporting our women in political participation work. There's also digital inclusion and Pan-African solidarity. The next 5 years will be bigger, will be louder, will be stronger, will be deeper. So this is just the beginning. As we celebrate this milestone, I want every young woman listening today to hear me clearly. Your dreams are valid. Your voice is powerful. Your future is limitless. And TheALI will continue to work beside you in the next 5 years and beyond. Welcome to the celebration of our journey. Welcome to the celebration of you. Welcome to TheALI at 5. Black girl? Okay, no, I didn't hear that properly. Black girl? Black girl? Black girl? Thank you very much.
Please, can we give a resounding applause for our founder and executive director? That was truly a beautiful welcome remark. Thank you so much, Ma, for all that you stand for. Thank you for being resilient. Thank you for not letting the doubts and not letting the setbacks stop you. Thank you for making it possible that we are gathered here today together. And we are looking forward to the next 5 years. Thank you for opening the room for more women to come in, because some of us were like, we are approaching 29, we're going to leave. But now you've pushed it to 35, and hopefully, who knows, when we get there, there's also going to be an extension. So a round of applause once again for our founder. All right, so young girls, we are going to dive into an interesting segment of this session. This will be facilitated online, so I would need us to keep our eyes glued to the screen. Because right now we'll be discussing the theme of the year for the African Union, which is themed Justice for Africans and People of African Descent Through Reparations. And to lead this conversation is the Programs Officer at the Open Society Foundation, Ms. Eme Ongeso. Please, can we confirm that Ms. Eme Ongeso is online and she can hear us? Okay, amazing, beautiful. Can we have a round of applause for Ms. Eme Ongeso? So I'm just quickly going to read our bio. So at Open Society Foundations, Ms. Eme works tirelessly to help communities reclaim control of their resources, promote equity, and build sustainable peace. And she has over 15 years of experience advancing people-centered justice across Africa. And we are privileged to have her share this vision with us today. Can we have a resounding applause for Ms. Eme Ongeso as she takes up the stage? Welcome on board, Ma.
Thank you so much. It's such a pity that I cannot be there with you. Okay, so I'll go right ahead, and it's been such a wonderful morning session. I've enjoyed the entertainment, and I've enjoyed our teachers, and of course, Mary, I've enjoyed this wonderful history you've shared with us about the TheALI, and I'm more honored to come and speak after you. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stand on the protocol that has already been established. My name is Eme Akinyi Ongeso, and I work for Open Society Foundations. I am based in Dakar, Senegal. I like to describe myself as an African with a Kenyan passport. First, I would like to congratulate the TheALI on its 5-year anniversary. This is no mean feat. An ambitious platform focusing on building and cultivating leadership of women is exactly what we need to realize our bold dreams as a continent. Kudos to you, Mary, and kudos to the TheALI team. So earlier this year, the African Union declared 2025 as the year of reparations. That is justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. But 1 year was never going to be enough. In July this year, African leaders endorsed a 10-year commitment. 2026 to 2036 will be the African Union decade of reparations. One of the key focus areas is to develop policies that respond to the lasting impacts of slavery, colonialism, and exploitation. We're going to get a bit serious now and dive deeper into this theme. So colleagues, ladies, gentlemen, you will agree with me that the extractive model of capitalism, rooted in colonialism, slavery, and exploitation, still drains Africa and is at the center of most conflicts. The legacy of extraction has evolved, but it has not ended. So when you look at many African countries, the colonial governments established divisions between useful areas and useless areas. You'll hear colonial language around center versus the periphery. This division led to the concentration of investments and resources in the useful areas, while the useless areas experienced economic stagnation. Then following independence, our African states, our own leaders maintained a centralized approach to resource distribution. That means they extracted wealth from the useless areas, wealth and tax revenues from the useless areas without promoting any economic growth. So this ongoing economic and political marginalization has contributed to growing grievances against our very own governments. The political and economic marginalization of populations is a significant root cause of conflict. And I'm sure the ladies at the TheALI who have gone through peace and security training, you know this very well. And the political and economic marginalization has led to unequal access to resources, power, and opportunities, and this is often exploited by armed factions or is used as a justification for rebellion. To date, many African states grapple with complex, interlinked conflicts driven by deep-rooted economic and social challenges. The current economic structure, which centralizes wealth among a small elite, is simply not working for us. We must change it. Through my work at OSF, I am proposing a new vision, reparative economies, approach of reparative justice, community-led prosperity, and the democratization of economic structures. It seeks to redress historical and systemic iniquities by centering communities that have experienced harm, exclusion, or marginalization in shaping their own economic futures. Through reparative economies, we are advancing strategies aimed at restoring, healing, and making whole the communities and places most impacted by exploitative economic practices. Specifically, we're looking at 4 broad pillars. 1, participatory governance. Communities affected by conflict or injustice come together through collectives and other inclusive structures to determine how their shared resources and economic activity will generate collective benefit. This means that communities, rather than a centralized bureaucracy, makes the decision. This framework is rooted in decolonial principles that support agency, autonomy, and community sovereignty. The second pillar is reparative investment. The state and multinational companies and international finance institutions that have aided, abetted, and supported the infrastructure of exploitation must invest their financial resources and investments towards community-led initiatives to address historical economic injustices. This means promoting local ownership of production, expanding access to finance, technology and markets, and supporting skills development, capacity building, and enabling policies. The third pillar is inclusive economic and political empowerment. At the heart of economically empowering communities, economically empowering us to access our own economies, there must be political education and political empowerment that raises our critical consciousness, fosters our civic participation, and reconnect our struggles across diverse identities and experiences. Through this, we and communities were able to build solidarity and strengthen our collective agency. And finally, systems change. We need to change how this economy is working for us. Once we have our economic, social, and political influence and capital, we use this power to be able to engage institutions and advocate for equitable service delivery and push for governance and policy reforms that reflect our priorities and aspirations. And at the heart of this, TheALI, at the heart of this, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to center feminist economic principles. We recognize that the exploitation infrastructure continues to be dependent on the unpaid labor and care work of African women to continue perpetuating itself. This reparative economics framework recognizes the vital contributions of women's economic and social reproductive labor in the processes of economic and social reconstruction. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I urge us to focus our efforts in economically liberating our beautiful continent during this decade of reparation. Let us work together to repair the harm caused by slavery and colonization and undo this capitalistic system that upholds exploitation. Thank you. Merci. Asante.
Let me send greetings from the Minister, actually, Honorable Minister, Dr. Boso Tijani. I know he would have loved to be here. And you can tell, because actually when Mary approached me, she told me, oh, she has spoken to the minister, and he said, oh, just speak to Jane and see how you can work with her. So he does have a passion to ensure that we have gender equity. So that's one of the reasons you're also using this venue, yes. And all the support we have gotten. So I do extend my greetings for, he's traveling, so he's not here. I also want to say, Mary, I was really moved by your speech. To see how you've come 5 years took a lot of resilience and courage. And I want to say kudos to everyone that's been part of that journey. You guys have done amazingly well. When she was talking, all I kept thinking was against all odds. It is very difficult to run a forum like this, to motivate and bring people together to create impact this way. Sometimes it's not a topic most people are willing to finance. It's very, very difficult. I will tell you from personal experience. So I know you have been doing this against all odds, but I will say it is worth it. And I will start by telling you a personal story, because when you were talking, I just thought about it. that would be when I was in university. I think that was I got into university in 1998, I believe. Maybe most of you were not born by then. Okay, so no, I actually got into university in 1995 because I finished secondary school in 1994. And one of the things I wanted to study was engineering. And if you've read my book, you know that it wasn't a journey that was very easy. Because I started like a very confident woman because I was in a shielded environment. I was in a boarding school. But when I got home to an environment that exposed me to all kinds of influences, the story changed because everybody had an impression of who I should be. And when I listened to those voices, I started to doubt myself. So 2 weeks before submitting my application, I decided maybe I'm not as smart as I think. Maybe I'm not as experienced as I think. Who do I think I am? Why am I this confident? You better listen to the older people, the more experienced people. So I changed my application. I changed that application, and I couldn't even tell myself what to do because I didn't have any option. I'm like a single-focused person. So I flipped through the application looking for any course that is similar to what I was going to take during the exams, which was physics, chemistry, maths, and English. So I landed in something called industrial chemistry. At the time I wrote it, I didn't know what it meant, but I still wrote it. It sounded like something that was easy to do. And when I got to university, you had to go to the university to check to see if you got admission. Of course, I got admission. I was like top of the list. And I was curious, and I told myself, maybe check and see if you actually did not, put industrial chemistry. If I really went with engineering, what would it have been? And I went to the other side where the engineering students were, and I checked, and guess what? Your guess is as good as mine. I was among the top 10 on that list. And I think that is where I learned my first lesson as a young adult, which I will pass to you. And it's similar to what you've been echoing here today, that your dreams are yours to fight for and to protect. Sometimes even the people that love you do not genuinely understand your aspiration. And it's not by design. Sometimes it's just because of what they grew up to, what they were exposed to. Think about your parents and your grandparents, where they are coming from. They have not seen this type of exposure. They have not been empowered in this manner. So they're not doing it out of spite. They were doing it because that is what they know. That is what they believe. But you have to remember, yours is yours to fight for. You are not too young to dream. You're not too young to believe in it. You're not too young to fight for it. So that started my interesting journey. Now, I love that because it has become an anchor for me, that even as I grew older, as I did things, it always reminded me that it was my dream. It was mine to fight for. It wasn't anybody's own. So don't be giving people permission to actually deliver your dream. You have to deliver it. You have to believe in it. Now, I say I will tell you stories, but that's really what I'm going to tell you, stories. Now, the second story I'm going to share with you is a journey I've also had in my journey as a woman in tech. I know Joy, isn't it?
Khadija too.
Khadija.
Joy is online.
Joy is online. She did an excellent, when she was introducing me, I just sat on the list and I didn't want to come up. I'm like, she's doing a good job. I better sit there. But you did an excellent job. Thank you so much. As she was sharing, something just also occurred to me, which I said I would love to share with you, which is something I also learned in my journey. When I got my first management job, I didn't get the job because I was smart. I don't think I got the job actually because it was maybe based on experience. I actually got the job because I spoke up and I fought for it. And I would love to share that with you because sometimes we don't tell that. So I had been doing a couple of, I've been on a progression for a while, and I realized one day that everybody was being promoted above me. And after like the third promotion, so I will actually groom people, bring them up, and I realized they will get promoted, and I wouldn't. So I confronted my boss. I was working for a multinational. And my boss had a conversation with me. I think he was trying to tell me in very indirect ways what he thought, but I didn't get it. So, but he would send me to people, oh, you should go and sit to the head of this, head of that. Then one day he sent me to the head of human resources for the company. globally. She was visiting. And I remember coming for that meeting with my CV all prepped, ready, because I was going to go in there, stun her, and show her that I should be promoted. You know, I had the qualifications and all that. So I walked into that room. I remember she was wearing a white linen, sitting just behind a desk. And I came with my CV, sat, smiled, introduced myself, and she said, "What did you want?" And I told her, "Oh, I haven't been promoted. I should be promoted." And I made the whole case. And she said something that I wouldn't forget. She told me, each time you walk into the room, a couple of things work against you. I've never had someone be that blunt. You could tell she's American, you know. She said, "You are black, you're a woman, you're married, and you've got kids." Nobody has ever told me that, at least not to my face. You know, everybody had told me work harder, put a career plan together, have mentors, have a session with your boss, allowing the goals. People giving me strategy, tactical strategy. Nobody had confronted me in that manner. And she told me that's because there's a lot of bias and it's unconscious and it works against you. The job you are looking for, we haven't had people of your profile do it. So subconsciously this. But you know, because the way she said it, I don't think I listened. After this first sentence, I blanked out. I remember going home that day, writing in my journal that this is a very mean woman. I have never seen a woman like that. It took me months to process, to create balance out of what she had told me. But guess what I did? Of course, I ended up leaving the company, maybe out of anger, but I don't think, if people don't value me, I would leave. I came back. I came back because the company came and chased me for 9 months and brought me back. So 2 years after I left, I was back. But that whole experience taught me a lot in terms of us and what we demand. Now, I shared just a part of the journey. But what changed when I came back? I became a new person. It took me 9 months to be recruited because for 9 months I negotiated with the company. I was clear what I wanted out of the deal. There were no emotions, there were no fear. I treated it for what it was. It was Jane negotiating the terms for the next phase. And I made it clear, if you don't give me the terms, if after a year I notice it is not tracking, I would leave. I will commit to deliver on the goals you want. So spell out your goals. They told me what they wanted me to achieve in a year, and I told them what I wanted in a year. And that's how I went back to that company.
Miss Jane, we need to have a chat now, because you're like giving them everything that we'll be asking.
Oh, okay. So I would round up. Don't worry. I'll keep it round up. So I say that and I share with you because you have to learn to ask, and to ask again. I don't think things come that easy. I say this because for a lot of women, we're used to be on the receiving side, isn't it? You're used to being asked out for a date. You're used to being asked, "How are you feeling?" You're used to being asked, "I want to marry you." I still think women are still uncomfortable to ask a man, "I want to marry you." I don't think a lot of women will ask a guy on a date, isn't it? You feel very uncomfortable. It does not work in the workplace. You don't sit down and wait to be asked for a promotion. You go for it. You ask for it. You demand it. And you stand by it. Good morning.
Please clap. Are you joking? Clap. Yeah. She negotiated for 9 months. Me, I will take that job for the first month. Please have a seat, ma'am. Yo, if you know yourself, you know your worth, then you know that you really can negotiate for 9 months. Yo, we have another sister that should be doing this with me, but while Susan is coming on board, I feel like you've already even started answering that question from your story.
Bye.
Okay, I'll share this. There's something I want to ask. If we might have people here that are interested in STEM, I think I am already out of it because we ran away from maths. If you're running away from maths and you want to be like, please go back to your math. She chose chemistry whilst we are running away here. So, with girls that are facing so much of gender bias and gender discriminations, you faced it and you were told, how do you think these girls with all of your experience and expertise in telecom, in satellite communications, in engineering, being a mentor, being a founder, how would you advise these people, or what are the lay down maybe rules for you? It might not be for everyone, but like what is it that you would say, follow this, it might guide you to overcome all of these gender status quos, and then you become that woman that you want to be in STEM?
Thank you for that question. I will first start by saying you will not have control over gender bias. So you don't have control over how people see you. You actually have control how you would react. But how that waiter would see you, how that boss will see you, how that interviewer will see you, you don't have, they come with their own biases. You don't have control. And the way I have navigated it is to pick my battles. So in some cases, I will be very vocal. In some cases, I've been to a restaurant with a client, and I remember, because I came early, I would ask them, I want this, I want that. The waiter was so busy and never attended to me. I kept quiet because it was a high-end restaurant. Then my client comes in, he's male, and immediately he comes in, the waiter is all over my client. What do you want? He didn't even bother that I'd been sitting across the table waiting for this guy, but he was really trying to make sure that he could attend to that. And I remember the guy getting a bit uncomfortable and say, but you haven't even taken her order, she's here. You haven't asked, do you know she's the one paying the bill? I'm not the one paying the bill. But in that case, I remember, when I was reflecting on it, because the guy was asking, why didn't you speak? I said, because I choose my battles. This is not worth it. This is a young man, probably very not exposed. Maybe came from a rural setting and, with all the patriarchy, he just wants to make extra. From his assessment, women like me cannot afford things like that. It's probably the male, the guy that can afford it. So he's trying to really, make sure that he gets his tip. But in some cases, I would speak out. So I have been in a session where we were interviewing for a very senior role. And while we were interviewing, towards the end, the final candidates, we would debrief and discuss about it. And it didn't occur to me I was the only female on the panel. The only reason it occurred to me while we were debriefing, it was clear that the final candidate that was female was the stronger candidate. And we all agreed that, oh yes, she's the one, we should offer her, she's the one that should take that role. But somebody just dropped a little bombshell, like, hey, did you hear that she said she was engaged? And the other person, like, yeah, she said she's gay. Other person went, oh, that means she'll soon be married, maybe have kids. Oh, do we really want her in that role? The conversation flipped. We were literally planning this lady's life in the boardroom. Then it just occurred to me that, no. Because I looked around, I looked like the only one that had a different opinion, because in my head, you're like talking about me. You're literally saying, don't give Jane this role, because she'll be married, she'll have kids, so she'll go for immunizations, she'll take time off for maternity. Oh, no, we don't want her in the role. And I said, and I remember telling them that, can we bring it back to why we're doing this? We are interested in her skill set, not her personal life. If she's going to get married, have kids. Why are we worried? We don't even know if she's going to even get married. People can be engaged and engagements don't work. And I say this because in that room, I chose to be vocal because that was, especially with the decision makers, that would have brought the wrong outcome. We could have chosen the person or pulled somebody out just because of things she cannot control, and that's real bias. So what I would suggest to you is, I have learned, there's Stephen Covey's theory about the circle of influence and circle of concern. The more you grow in leadership, the more you gather economic wealth, your circle of influence tends to extend. So in the early stages, it's difficult, you don't have a voice, you can't say. But as you become more senior, you extend your influence, your impact. And that's why representation is so important. You will be in rooms, you will make that call. But because of your circle of influence, you can do it. Because of your ability, your positional power, you can do it. So that's what I would say. Pick your battles, but push to extend your economic wealth, your impact, your influence. Because the more you go up, you can influence better.
Thank you so much. The more you go up, the more you will influence better. being a public servant, how do you think people like you, especially women, we're talking now women, can cultivate the next generation of women that will come in when you are no more there and will take up these spaces?
I think I would like to answer that question by saying one simple word: intentionality. Then I will break it down. So I don't think it would happen by chance. I was reading an article about the representation of females in the Rwandan government. To be frank, it wasn't by chance. In most cases I've seen, it wasn't. It starts with an intentionality. So intentionality for both parts, both on the government, the leadership, society, but intentionality for women as well. For a lot of times we put it on the women. We tell you, oh, equip yourself, grow, do. It's all about, telling the women, while the truth is that the system was rigged. The system needs to be changed. And that's where another set of intentionality comes in. So for women like myself, it's good to be intentional, and that's why I'm here. That's why I sat down for over an hour. Everybody went for breakfast or for the tea break, and I said I wasn't going until I had this session, because it's so important for me to do this. And I do this because I understand that this is Jane 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's so important that Jane hears that. Because if Jane hears that, it's a good encouragement for her journey. And who knows, maybe tomorrow Jane, one of the Janes here, could be the president of her country. So it's so important that she's not discouraged on the journey. So women like us have to be intentional. No matter how busy and crazy busy, I'm not like lots of emails waiting for me, lots of people wanting to see me, lots of people that would really pay an arm and leg to have 5 minutes of my time. But I chose to be here. Another way we do that is structured mentoring. And there are all kinds of structured mentoring. And I know TheALI is also doing something. I heard what Mary was talking about. Yeah. So making sure we have a formal way to pass information, to pass experience, to pass knowledge. But I also believe in reverse mentoring. And people don't know that, but I do love learning from young people. At least today I learned to flip.
Hey, yo, Gen Z.
I'm clocking it, isn't it? So I've learned something new, so I'll go do that for my kids as well. I'm clocking it. But yeah, there's reverse mentoring. Finding time to spend quality time with young people like yourself, because we can hear you, we can learn from you, but we can also share with you. And it doesn't have to be structured in that manner. It could be informal in any way. Yeah, so those are some of the ways we can achieve that.
Okay, we have a few more questions. Susan will ask, and then we will come to the crowd. I am very sure you are ready with your questions. Don't worry. Susan.
Thank you for that insightful and inspiring section. Your words about courage really stood out for me. So if I have through your bios and your book, I saw that your long-standing committee.
Good morning, Ms. Jane. My name is Olaim Mariam. So I want to ask or make a statement and will lead to my question. So as women, we've had to work twice as hard, show up twice as more, and as black women, I think that figure is going to be like multiplied by 2 or raised to the power of 2. So I want to ask you to tell us, as young leaders, how the process is navigating you're a public leader, you lead both male and female. How is the process like? Being able to break this barrier, like how is the process? Now, not the outcome. What are we to expect on this journey? And what's that thing you wish you knew while starting out 10 years ago that you would tell us today that will change the trajectory of our journey? Thank you.
Miriam, Miriam is the name, isn't it? Okay, Miriam, that's a loaded question. That's like 3 questions in one. Because she wants me to give her all the tactics, everything that happened along the way, not just the outcome. And what I wished I knew, 20 years ago. I will say, let me start with what I wish I knew. So personally, I think one of the things I wish I knew was I shouldn't have been that most anxious. I will try to explain. 2014, I think it was 2014, yes, because I was living in Ghana. my son found my journal. My son must have been around 6 or so. And he came to me and he read it to me. He said, Mom, you want to be a CEO of a multinational company. When is that going to be? I was shocked. So the journal was private. I wasn't helping anybody. It was my own dream writing it there, isn't it? I was nervous. Why did he know? But one of the things I learned is just because my son knew, it was almost like I had an accountability partner. And he would keep asking me, like he asked me like the next week, when are you going to be the CEO? I'm like, Asha, that's not how it happens. This thing takes years. You can't just because you saw that. I don't go around saying it. You shouldn't be saying it. But I think I processed it. I'm like, wow, if he so believes in it, maybe I should believe in it. So I ended up making a vision board. Now, I didn't make a vision board at that time because I was so confident that whatever I had on that vision board. It's just my husband would be like, why are you covering the entire mirror? Because I took the entire dressing mirror and turned it to a vision board with all my clippings stuck there and all that. But I think it started to build the confidence. It didn't look like it was possible. And my son kept checking in, my dear. He didn't stop, even up until I remember the last time he asked me, that was probably 2022. You know, I was like, why are you making it a whole thing? It is my own dream, you know. But I say this because I think a lot of my energy was ripped off by anxiety. If I look back, I wish I wasn't that anxiety. I wish I really focused on my strength. I focused on what I could control, and I worried less. Now, we are human, so you would tend to worry, you know. You worry about your goals, your vision. You know, I've been in all kinds of situations. Situations where I had to walk away from my job. Situations like I shared where I had to leave because I felt I wasn't being treated fairly. Situations where I was out of a job and I wasn't too sure what I was going to do next, really confused. So my personal take was, if I had to do it again, I would literally focus my energy on my strength and what I could control and try to worry less. But I know I'm a human being, so that's like up there. So talking about tactical things to do in terms of the journey, you know, I already shared with you that there will be bias. So try to reduce your energy in fighting that. Not fighting that is in spending half the time worrying that because your colleague has refused to shake you, because he can't shake you because he's male, and as a male Muslim, he's not allowed to shake you. It is not personal. That is his belief. You stop worrying because in the office, some of the people think that you are now the nanny or you are their mom. Because I tend to see people think that I'm their mom, and you have to remind them, I'm not your mom, I'm not your wife, I am your boss. So you can't give me excuses like, oh, sorry, I can't come to work today because I won't take my daughter to hospital. Tomorrow I won't take my daughter to hospital. I know you understand, you're a mother. Because you want to tell me things hoping that you can lock in to my nurturing instinct, when we all know that I found out a day later that you were golfing. And unfortunately, I golf, so I know that you never took your daughter to any medicals. You were golfing, but you wanted to tell me what you thought I would hear, and I would latch on to that. Some of these things, I think, you know, looking back, you have to learn to isolate. You come into the workforce. When I came in the early days, it was more attractive to lean towards male characteristics. So to be more very aggressive, literally borderline arrogant, rude, ruthless, because it was a tough culture. The way the environment for work was created was more productive for men. I'm talking as a techie now, because we were expecting you to write codes, run shifts, not tell us that you cannot run shift because you've gone for immunization or you're pregnant. We didn't build that into the plan because we're hoping everybody understood. Even when I went into sales, we were expecting you to close deals by going to the bar at 2 a.m. and having drinks, not realizing that you being a mother at 2 a.m. is probably putting somebody to bed at 11 and trying to clean up on homework. And, you know, you have to do the motherly thing, isn't it? So it was not practical that I would be at a bar at 2 a.m. closing deals. But what did I do? So when I started to realize some of these things, that the environment I was trying to flourish in wasn't intentional for women. It wasn't really carved out for women. It was actually carved out for men. because since the time of the Industrial Revolution, it was only that time women started coming to the workforce. Before, most women would stay at home and be the nurse, secretary, teacher. So it was an environment I had to fight against. First thing I did is what I told you earlier. I turned all those things that lady told me into my superpower. I said, nah, what will it cost me? I would either win at the game or I'd lose. So the largest deal I closed, which is still currently the largest deal for the company I worked, at that time, I closed it because I was a woman and I'm not shy of it. Because I found out that the person I was negotiating on the other side was a woman. And she had kids. And she doesn't like going to the bar at 2 a.m. to close a deal. So I structured my own engagements around that. So when I go to her, I say things like, hey, why don't our kids do play date this weekend? And why they do play date, we can talk business. Hey, what are you cooking for Christmas? I know you love to cook. I want to learn about the recipe. I'll be at your house 24th night. And we'll be there making oha soup or whatever it is she's trying to make. None of the other guys could do it, and they didn't understand. So everybody was coming to me to get the tactics. But what did I do? I just flipped it. All those things they told me were the things working against me. I used it to anchor my journey. And I say that to you women, I'm also realizing that even us in the workforce, we don't fully understand that there are other ways to do something. So you don't have to close the deal at the bar at 2 a.m. You can close the deal over a play date with kids playing. And I will use that time and time again. So those are some of the practical examples I used to anchor my journey.
Thank you so much. Be intentional. Stop being nervous. Anxiety. That's for all of us in this moment. Boy, as long as you are young, you're an anxiety. But again, most part of the conversation is that make use of the one that they've said is a weakness and turn it into your strength. Then you win your battle. There is someone here. Please. Susan has sent her questions. I will ask them as we are done here soon. Oh, Susan loves your dress.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
And the green, white, and blue is actually my country flag.
Oh.
I'm from Sierra Leone.
You're from Sierra Leone?
Yes.
Oh,
good afternoon. I'm asking from here. I'm actually here.
Good. I was looking at that way. Okay.
All right. My name is Felicia. I don't know if we're allowed to go a bit personal with you, but can you help us navigate the family system vis-a-vis working? Because what are some of the systems you put in place? You have kids. How did you go about it? That's the first question. The second question is, oftentimes I hear women are emotional. Our emotions reflect in our decisions. So when we want to do things, they often put us in that box. And you said something about being ruthless. There was a time you had to do away with your emotions. So how did you get to that place? What did you do? And how did you do it that guilt did not come back?
I can see many yeses in the room.
So maybe we'll take Mpo's question, then you respond to them as the last one before we ask for Susan.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm not going to ask any question. You are not greeting back. Hello, everyone. Okay, maybe you need to put a little bit of energy. I'm not from Nigeria, so you are scaring me. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Let me greet everyone again. Let me greet the executive founder, the sponsors. We need to greet the sponsors, you know. We greet all the sponsors. We greet the supporters, our online attendees. And I'm also greeting the executive team of TheALI. My name is Mponatani and I'm from South Africa. I'm also a member of TheALI, a member in good standing. So my question is, how best can you advise us, the female leaders? Because you made a scenario of a woman that maybe just got married and now you are, the hiring team is expecting you to go for immunizations, for your family planning situations, and for maternity leave because you are just a newly wedded woman. So my question is, at the community level, where we are normally not familiar with the Employment Equity Act. So I might safely say we are not familiar with the act or the policies that protect us as young women or as women in these spaces in the working spaces. So how best can you advise us if we do not know or if we are not familiar with the act, for example, Act of 1997, that says that you are entitled to this number of days for leave, whether or not you just got married or, you know, those situations. So from a person who's not familiar with all of that, how best can you advise us? Is it that we should challenge these policies, or is it that you will bring it home to us to understand how normally do we deal with this? Because sometimes we think it's okay. From me as a skilled person, for them to think of another person who's a male, to say that this guy will never be pregnant, but you are skilled, you are a proper person, we can take you, but, and it's unfortunate that you are a woman and you might not be here every day. So instead of taking you, we taking this guy. And how do we deal with it, especially at the community level, where we are unfamiliar with policies and everything? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you.
Paul, maybe I will start with your question. So how do we benefit? I think we need to really arm ourselves with educating ourselves about the policy. Educating yourself is one, doesn't mean that they would actually implement it all the time. So caveat, welcome to that world. But it's really important because the way the society is, people don't believe they owe it to you to come and tell you, even though we should. There should be awareness created about the policy. So when you get into the workplace, you're aware that these are some of the things that your organization is entitled to do. But the truth is that we found out in most cases, if you don't know, they would use that to their advantage. If you don't know you're entitled to, for example, 3 months of a maternity leave according to the laws of Nigeria, and 6 months of unpaid maternity according to the South African law, the organization could use it to its benefit. And that's why you empower, and that's why you build these networks. You know, you've been saying build networks. That's why the networks exist. So you ask, you look for somebody that's gone through a similar journey, and you ask, when you got pregnant, how was it? How did you take maternity? When it was time to relocate, what were you entitled to? When it was time to take sick leave, is there a policy that covers that? And that's the way you could do. I'm not saying go to the library and, start, loading up all the policies. And I say this because I've had cases that even where the policy existed, you still might have to fight. I think the first root shock that hit me was I got into my first formal employment, and there were 4 of us that were recruited for a small unit. 3 of us were male, and I was the only female. And at the time of recruitment, because of maybe my skill set, I literally was earning more than everybody. And like 3 or so years later, I found out that people were not earning more than me. And I'm like, what happened? So I would match the HR to make a case and say, hey, I just found out that all these people, when we started, I earned more than everybody. But now I'm looking back, these guys are earning more than me. What happened? And guess what the HR told me? After loads and loads of pressure, after check back in, we'll look at it, check the policy. He's like, why do you even want so much money? Well, that's not right, actually. She shouldn't have said that, but that's what he told me. He's like, you're single, living with your parents. What are you going to do with all the money? See, that guy is married, he's got kids. He has a family to take care of. But that shouldn't be in a workplace because you're paid for your skill set, not for your personal, not your entire personal journey. So I'm saying that there will be cases, that's why you have to equip yourself. So be aware of that. And it doesn't mean that the battle will be easy, and it doesn't mean you'll go scot-free. You will get burnt sometimes. So equip yourself, that's the answer. Then I'll come to her question, isn't it? And she wanted to know about, how you juggle all that with life and all. So definitely guilt came because I didn't know. I'd never been in that situation. I only got to get married, start having kids. It never happened to me. So you tend to feel guilty. And when you be in a boardroom or in a meeting room, and they say, let's take notes. And I dipped my hand into the bag. And guess what I brought out? It was a diaper. Because I was just coming from an immunization. So I'm like, oh my God, everybody's looking at me. Why is she carrying a diaper? Because my laptop bag became my diaper bag. Or when I am in the hospital holding my son down for an immunization, but I was still on a walk call, and the nurse was looking like me, like, who the hell is this girl? This is wrong. But I like, no, I'm not dropping this walk call. But I'm saying this because this is how I navigated it, which I would share. Now, I learned that sometimes you have to really decide what is worth it. And I call them my core, the things I would drop everything for if they fall apart. It doesn't mean they won't fall apart. It means I would drop everything. My faith, my marriage, my kids, and actually my career. If I see some of these things slipping, I take a step back and we start to assess and find out what went wrong and how we're going to fix it. Because I found out these things are important to me. Now, for everybody, it's different. You have to find out what's your own core, what's important to you, what's that thing that drives you. And that's when you can decide. So when you have decided these are your core, then you build your priority. And like we said it's juggling, isn't it? For me, it's keep your eyes on the ball. If those things are important, you start to keep your eyes. Now, I learned something that's really kept me. I went for a program at Harvard, and there was this professor, Francesca, she talks about daring to be bad. And it was the first time as a woman I was exposed to that. I've used that a lot. We as women, you have to learn to be bad at some things, and it's okay. Because I learned the men are good at it. So I didn't do that homework, or forgot that my daughter was meant to wear green because it's Green Day. And I spent the whole day feeling guilty because when they sent the picture, she's the only one wearing her uniform. Everybody's wearing green. Do you think if it was my husband, he would feel sad? No. So now determine. Now it's different for everyone. For myself and my husband, we understand what is important. So what is important and what is not important? Like, I'm not domesticated. We would outsource it. And it's okay. Because I told him when we were getting married already that I'm not domesticated. But I would outsource it. And I would generate enough revenue to do that. Now, yeah. I'm saying that to you because it's good to have those discussions, especially when you're dating or, be very sincere with, Yes, because to be very frank, at some time in my career, it was my husband that was reminding me of my ambition. You were so ambitious. You wanted to be this, this, and this. What happened? I even forgot I was that ambitious because you go through your lows and your highs. But the partner with which you take the journey is really important. It's super, super important. I believe that half of the women that make it is because of who they took along on the journey. Because you can be good, and if you don't have the right support system, it can be a misery. And most women will check out. When it becomes that difficult, I've seen women in senior roles check out. Not because they want to. It's different if it was your option. I want to take a career break. I want to take a break from this. No, it's because they had no choice. For their mental health and peace of mind, they had to leave. So the partner you choose is also very important.
Okay, as we close, Susan's question, please. We are closing now. We only barely have 1 minute. So, but yes, let's just ask Susan's question. Susan will beat us. Susan is asking that, as an experienced woman in public service and high-impact sectors, how can you or people like you, women in that position, ensure that your hard-earned lessons and leadership values and strategic insights are effectively underlined, please, passed on to emerging young leaders?
I think we kind of answered it as I said before. Yeah. So I talked about mentoring because I'm a firm believer in mentoring, both structured and unstructured. So formal, when it's maybe arranged by an organization, institution, your company, you have to meet your mentor once a month, 30 minutes, write a report, that's really formal. But there's informal mentoring. When it just happens organically or because you deliberately did that, there's also helped me. When you see someone you admire, someone you feel you can learn from, and you try to create a conversation or a relationship, and you say things, oh, can I check in once in 3 months? I just want you to run through my goals and let you know how I'm tracking. There's no contract. There's no requirement. But you're choosing to intentionally do that. But I also believe in something I call sponsorship, or what we call sponsorship, Because I think most times for women, the problem is not mentors. There's enough mentors to go around. A lot of you get mentored. What you lack is sponsorship. For somebody to use their positional power to give you access, that is slightly different. And a lot of time, I think that is the difference, because if I look at my journey, that is what has also helped me. People were standing out, speaking, using their access to open doors for me. Sometimes I wasn't even aware. Sometimes I even think that they hate me. Because I'm like, he's always calling me out to go and do a presentation. He's always saying, Jane, do this, Jane, do that. But I don't know that in closed doors, he was pitching my name. And because each time he pitched it, he got a reaction. Based on that reaction, he came back and made me do something that I had no clue why I was doing it. So sponsorship is so important. It doesn't have to be female sponsoring, it could be males. Actually, most times it will be males, because sometimes the rooms you're trying to get access to, they're male dominated, so there'll be male sponsors.
Okay. So with all of that, we would love really to continue having you, but because of time, Ms. Jane, it has been a pleasure. Please, can we clap for her? Can we? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we have something for you. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm taking it back to Joy.
Thank you so much, everyone. Can we please have a resounding applause? Oh my God, that was such a powerful session. Did we feel the heat? She shared so much from her journey. Like, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Jane Egerton, and thank you so much, Ms. Khadijatu, for stepping in and facilitating excellently. Leaders, have you been challenged to demand for our dreams? I think that's one thing that really stuck with me. Demand for what you're what. Demand what you want. You know what you want. You know what it means to negotiate for a job for 9 months when you do not have a salary? That is somebody who knows what she wants, and she stood her ground until she was guaranteed that dream. So this is something that we should also do in our different spheres of life. Is this something we are willing to do? We're not going to let anything try to make us jump the hustle and then just do it because, okay, time is going. So we're not going to do that, yeah? We're going to demand and be intentional about what we want. Another round of applause for that session. Okay, ladies, please, I hope that we're going to continue the conversation online. We're going to share nuggets from what we just heard. We're going to share the lessons, and we're also going to apply them to our individual lives. Remember the hashtag? Can we? Yeah? TheALILF 2025 and hashtag? Yes, our dreams are truly valid. Another round of applause for us. We've really been an engaging audience. Thank you so much. So one thing you must know about TheALI is that we are blessed with creative young women who are giving their voice to poetic justice and global impact. So right now we will receive an amazing poet, someone whose words remind us that identity is power and that resilience is act. She serves as the communication officer at the Zamfara State Office of Multilateral and Donor Agencies, and her poetry reflects her passion for uplifting women, motivating young people, and speaking truth with sincerity and heart. So ladies, those of us online, please can I see our fiery emojis on the chat for our poet? And those of us in the room, can we also give a resounding applause? Okay, so clock it if you're enjoying yourself. Clock it, ladies. Clock it, Amazons. Clock it, Amazons. What's happening? What's happening? I need our energy. Black girls. Black girls. Our dreams are truly, truly valid. So moving on to our next session on business leadership and management, which is designed to help us understand how to build sustainable businesses and lead with clarity, strategy. We will be having a beautiful facilitator come up to introduce our speaker. She is a Nigerian research writer, a poet, educational content creator who holds a degree in education and administrative and planning. She brings her expertise to tech, media, and literally spaces. So ladies online, can we put up our fiery emojis for our facilitator? And those of us in the room, can we put our hands together for Miriam Dalhatu as she takes the stage? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sister Joy. Good afternoon, beautiful ladies. Are we ready for today's session? I can't hear you, please. Black girls, your dreams are valid. So today we are diving into a conversation that matters to every woman in this room, to every woman with a vision, to every woman with a dream. This is the Business Leadership and Management session, but we will be seeing it through the eyes and the lens of a professional, amazing African woman who proves that women don't just participate in business, but they are also reshaping this business. So ladies, please, our speaker today is a woman who doesn't just walk into spaces. She has two chairs at the table. Our speaker has over 16 years experience in the intersection of law, governance, infrastructure advisory, corporate leadership, and public-private partnership. She serves as the head of corporate services, legal, and HR at the Jeston Education, where she leads corporate governance, legal operations, and human resources. She proves that business leadership is not about gender, it's about competence. So please, ladies, can I have a powerful round of applause for our guest speaker, Ms. Toyobong Osuji. Please, ma, one word for our beautiful ladies here.
Black girl, your dreams are valid.
So, in today's business world, everything keeps revolving fast, and I believe we have a lot of business young leaders in the room with us today. I would like you to break it for me, ma. What practical habits or approaches would you say have helped women to stay competitive in the diverse business world?
Okay, hi everyone, and thank you, Miriam, for that. I didn't even know it was me you were talking about, but that's really great. Sometimes, we don't put our qualifications or what we've achieved in writing, or it's not what we hear, is not what we think of ourselves. But I'm so happy for the theme of this conference because it rings very true in our everyday lives. Now to your question, what I've learned. I think last week I was actually 18 years at the Nigerian bar. And
round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Now I say that to say this. I have never really aspired to be in litigation. I've always wanted to be at the background, watching things grow from the ground up. Also, because I am 43 this year, so imagine me from my millennial, olden days era, coming into your Gen Z world now. Everything is AI, everything is fast-paced, everything is at the tip of your fingers, even clocking it. So in my work, I've had to adapt. And I've also had to wear multiple hats and basically have to continue learning. So to answer your question, I believe strongly in continuous learning. In as much as I'm a lawyer, I have had to do other things outside of law. Because of the projects we work in the public-private partnership space, which basically means a lot of times we have to unbundle government assets depending on how those assets are functioning, and we have to privatize them. We do this from the bidding stage, which is from the ground up. And we've seen a lot of projects that we've worked on expand into what they are today. For instance, let me just use one, the silos. Nigeria has grain silos all around the country. We had to do a concession of 24 grain silos. And through my company, we got the concession for 7 of those silos. Now imagine doing that from the ground up, from where we started, from the bidding stage, and now those silos are functional. So if you have to be relevant, to continue to be relevant in the world today, you have to adapt. You have to continue learning. Why I brought up the silos is because I don't know anything about silos, but I had to learn about it. With teamwork, we had to work with many other people, with people in the agricultural sector, people in the construction sector, and the government people as well. So how do you adapt to that? You have to keep up with the trends. You have to know what you are doing. Like I said, continuous learning. Open your mind, broaden your mind to learn new things, and that way you can remain relevant. Thank you.
Okay, Ma, that was remarkable. I always go by this saying that learning is a continuous process. But presently, we can see that industries are transforming and businesses are evolving rapidly. My second question will be, how do you see young women contributing to sustainable business growth across Africa? And what practical steps can you suggest to increase their participation and influence in sectors like infrastructure and law?
So using my own experience once again, I think, or rather let me start from here. I want to commend you all for being part of this initiative. It already opens up the world to you. That's number one. Now, economic transformation just basically means what can you put in place to make something work? We have a lot of businesses happening, and a lot of young ladies are steering those places. You're steering those industries. You have businesses already running. How to be strategic in those businesses? First of all, you need to know the steps to take. What do you want to achieve? How can you help to better Africa, to better your local community? And those are what, because you can't just start a business without having a goal in mind. What goal do you want to achieve? What problem do you want to solve? So I'll just start by saying, first of all, paper and pen works, even till now. I know we are not Gen Z, but start with writing down your vision. Once you write it down, understand what goal you want to achieve, and then move from there. Also, moving just a step ahead, it's also important to see people in that sector you want to go into. What have they achieved, and what do you see happening? Give yourself a projection. 5 years, in the next 10 years, what do I want to achieve? Oh, this is the person I admire. This is what I would like to achieve. And you just move from there. And like the former speaker said, mentorship, sponsorship are really very important. And I'm very happy to see a lot of you young ladies are already very eager to learn. You're already meeting people. You don't have, there's no fear in you. You're very, you're approaching people very readily. And I commend you for that. Thank you.
Okay, Ma, let's be honest. I think this is the question that most young leaders here want to listen to your reply on it. Nobody actually rises alone. And we keep we keep hearing motivational speakers or motivation go on that you should take opportunities, you should do this. But you have over 16 years of experience, yeah? And you've actually touched a part of this mentorship. This is where my question comes from. So what type of mentorship has worked for you over the years?
So I believe in mentorship, but not only from people who have been there before me. I also believe strongly in peer mentorship. I believe in teamwork. I believe your network is your net worth. I believe the people you work with are very important to your growth. I believe opening up your mind to learning new things is very important. Like I said, even though I'm a lawyer, I have never gone to court to, in a suit or in a case to actually lead one. I prefer to stay in the background to see things grow. But what has my legal experience done for me? It has opened my mind up. I'm able to step into different places. I'm able to understand other things. And before I even go further, I had met some of the ladies here. I told them I'll answer this question. I met a few, when I went to the bathroom, I met a few of them, law students in Uni Abuja, I think. And they were saying they're wondering what to do with their law career going forward. And I explained to them I've never wanted to be in litigation. And lucky for me, I met my boss, who is also of a similar mind, and he's also the one who introduced me to the world of public-private partnership. Now, that has worked very well for me. I have been there for the past 12 years. So I believe that it's very important to be loyal to what you want to do. It's very important to have emotional intelligence, to also accept things, and to go for what you want. It's also important for you to be willing to learn. And that, for me, is the biggest thing that has worked for me. Willingness to learn, not looking at anything as too small for you to do. I came up, when I started working, it was just me and him in the company. There was a guy doing litigation. I was doing consulting under him. And we went to every meeting together. So I was learning. I started from carrying his files, even if he's not that type of person, you know. You go for a meeting, you learn. I took down notes, I did everything. Till today, I think my colleagues are always surprised to see my notes. I have books from 10 years ago, and I still refer to them. You can just tell me, what is this, and I just know, I've written this before. And I go back, and I can follow and see how my dreams have been validated. So I am actually a believer, strong believer in mentorship. It doesn't need to be from the higher ups. It can also just be you opening your mind to what your peer has to say. Just be willing to listen and be willing to learn. Learning never stops. Keep reading. Keep opening your mind to hear from other people from other environments. I grew up in Lesotho. I saw the South African lady who asked the question. I grew up in Lesotho, so I met a lot of people. I've met my sister here, who is Zambian. I told her I have a lot of friends that are Zambian as well. So I think learning from different cultures is a very, very important thing. You see that everything does not just revolve around your little space here in Nigeria. And this is why I commend this initiative, because, wow, you've done such an amazing job, and I congratulate you, and all of you who are members. In fact, I didn't hear about you until this event. And I'm going to speak about you after this. Thank you.
Okay, Ma, you've talked about adaptation, you talked about setting business career goals and journaling, which I would say most ladies are very terrible at. Leadership is about resilience and intentionality. I'd like to just asterisk that word intentionality, because this is the most crucial thing that people don't understand. My final questions before we throw the question to the house is, what qualities define a responsible and visionary leader?